Grimes is the coolest, and I'm pretty sure most people know that because Grimes is like the like cool kid, like the hot cool girl at school who you think she's like a cool kid or something, but then it turns out like she's secretly a nerd. And when you find out she's a nerd, you're like, wait, you're a nerd? And even if you're not like a Sailor Moon type nerd, which is that a nerd? I don't know. For an adult, it's kind of nerdy to be into Sailor Moon, but like even if you're a sailor, even though she's a Sailor Moon type nerd, you're like kind of stoked about it. You're like, oh, that's so cool that you're into Sailor Moon, and like for some reason you're like, wow, that's really cool. And all I'm saying is Grimes is like super cool, and she's had to defend Elon Musk, and um, for some reason the article I read was talking about how like she's saying that communists hate AI and communists should love AI, and I don't think communists hate AI at all. I think the biggest communists are in China, and they love AI. They're obsessed with AI. They spend like they have more people that are working on AI than the United States government. In fact, in some ways, they're better at AI than us. Like they beat us in a natural language processing competition. Um, anyways, so communists are definitely pro AI, and I do agree with her that AI kind of does have a goal of communism, but is the goal of communism really, or like it doesn't have a goal of communism? It could result in communism. Like everyone could be lazy. We could all sit around and let robots take care of us. Anytime we need anything, let our robot take care of us. Um, our humanoid robot, our human dressed in a robot suit, because Elon doesn't even have a freaking he doesn't even have a robot looking thing yet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Robots are really, really funny for Elon to decide he's going to do. In 1 year, I'll have a prototype. Will it actually look like a robot in 1 year? Wow. I'll have a prototype in 1 year too, Elon. Just give me some freaking modeling clay. Or give me a team of plastic fabricators. Anyways, so, yeah, he's gonna have a real prototype though. He's gonna be able to solve the problem of this like massive amount of electricity needed that's portable, that is in this like little tiny robot because he wants it to be a human shaped robot. I think that the robot people end up never going for a human-shaped robot unless they like are like trying to prove that they can do it. And robot people, I think, would rather have a dog robot. We can go take Grimes' robot, make it bigger, and then if it needs to stand up to do something human because it needs to use its hands, the robot would like go from being on four legs, which would make it easier to walk, and then stand up, and then it could like even like something about it could extend. Because why does the robot have to look human? It's because Elon wants to make his it was strictly to get people to come work for him. That was what the purpose of that presentation was. It wasn't to try to get more investors. All right, so I don't know if Grimes realizes how funny Elon's goal of having a robot that will drive to the store in a year is. Um, but I don't know. I mean, obviously, the people at Tesla are the best. They're the best at robotics. They are, I'm sure. Even if they are the best, it doesn't matter. Like you still have to, like he has to solve the battery problem that he hasn't solved yet in order to solve the robot problem that like is going to distract him from all his other problems. I think that if when you're in grad school for actually, I know that when you're in grad school for technology, one of the things that they always teach you in business school is be really careful about shifting your focus away from what you need to focus on, which are your core. What are they called? The core. I can't remember. Like there are core things about your business that you need to make sure of, like the things that make you profitable, the things that make you successful, and you have to focus on those things. And Elon Musk never focuses on anything; he lets everyone else take care of it. And my understanding is that those Teslas are getting very bad safety ratings in other countries, and it's making the insurance more expensive. And I think that's because they haven't focused enough on manufacturing. All right, so when I talk about big data AI, what is that? That's like the computer is doing like thinking type stuff, like but like more powerful because it's dealing with so much more data than a human can deal with. But it's doing it on servers, and it's like it's it's software. It's not a hardware thing, but it uses software. It uses hardware, obviously. But what Elon's trying to do is act like he's already solved the battery problem he's saying he's going to solve. Because Grimes says, oh, he's going to make sure we don't need cobalt in our batteries. He hasn't done it yet, and it's not even him. It's his researchers that haven't done it yet. And for some of us, we think that the problem that should be solved isn't making a robot that's portable. It's making a society that's sustainable, and that means we're okay with bigger batteries. We're okay with changing the way that people live. We don't think everyone needs a car that's an electric car. We think that our society should be built around an infrastructure that allows normal people to travel. I'm sorry I've talked so much, but by Elon's trying to solve problems that are way harder. Like he's trying to jump to solutions that are 100 years down the line, if possible, instead of trying to solve problems that are like actually achievable. And when a person's trying to do stuff like that, and they have a business that he was the richest man in the world. Elon was the richest man in the world without making any money, except from PayPal. My God, if there's anything you can be, is the richest man in the world who didn't do shit to be the richest man in the world except for tricking investors. I mean, my God. But, yeah, so, I mean, the thing is, Nikola Tesla thought he could solve a lot of problems he couldn't solve also. He was just really bad at business.